Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Thursday Night Mini Healing. I'm Summer Avalon, and tonight is going to be a really good night. Got my trusty little sidekick Duncan here. Dexter's under the covers because he's cold. But it's going to be a good night. So in about 5 minutes, we will do our first healing pulse. No licking, dog. Healing pulse of the night. And there's Paula. Welcome, Paula. So I'm going to grab my book because I noticed that there's already some comments. So there's Paula and Valerie and Joan. So fabulous. Good to see you. Oh, Duncan. No licking, Duncan. He's a lover and a licker. Anyone see my pet video this week? Duncan. Yes. It was only about maybe 15 minutes or so. Oh, and there's Joanne. Oh, he does. Wow, Valerie. Valerie will get your fill of animals. Okay. So I'm going to go back through and just look at comments. You, cut that out. All right. So Valerie, we've got digestive and tummy stuff. Oh, and there's Anne-Marie. Welcome. Oh, and Jane. All right, so Joan, feeling empowered and grateful. Oh, that's a nice one. Very positive. And so at about 3 minutes, we will start with our first healing pulse of the night. And if you're new here, I will give you instructions. Right now, I'm collecting information for the individual healing. So if you have something you want to work on, put it in the comments. All right, so Paula. Ooh, that's a tough one, Paula. So Paula wants to deal with changes, unwelcome changes, and dealing with them graciously. Yeah, that's not always easy, Paula. And Joanne wants to be positive and confident. That is nice. All right, we got Jane. Let's see. Oh, and there's Marina too. Welcome, Marina. All right, so Jane wants to think before speaking and not be such a people pleaser. That is hard to do, Jane. Okay. So we've got another couple minutes. We will start the healing pulse. So I hope everybody's having a good week. I'm trying to think if there's anything really new. Not particularly. Working on doing some more videos. Very a little labor intensive sometimes because I don't just record and put up. But the editing piece is a little time consuming with the graphics. All right, so Anne Marie wants to work on confidence. That is a nice one too. Confidence. Oh, and on that note, we are going to do our first healing pulse of the night. So if you're new to the show, a healing pulse can be directed towards something physical or emotional. And so physical, it's pretty easy. Wherever you want to direct that energy, that's what you'll need to focus on. If it's emotional, you'll also need to think about where you feel that particular emotion, or if it's anxiety, where do you feel the anxiety? So I want you to rub your hands together, place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy, and then imagine my hands on yours, and then just being open, allowing, breathing in that healing energy, allowing it to just flow exactly to where it needs to go. Just breathe that in. Open and allowing. Which each breath in, just imagine the healing going a little deeper, going exactly to where it needs to go. Just breathe that in. Okay, that was healing pulse number 1 of the night. So let me know how you did. Today is show number 86. Oh, oh, good grief. Got a tickle. That's not good, right? Oh. Woo. Make my eyes water. It's like I swallowed a feather or something. And Duncan comes to check on me. What's going on, Duncan? Uh-oh. Come here, you. Come here. As Dexter growls. You see Dexter here? I have to lift him up so that Duncan doesn't walk on him. Come here, Duncan. Over here. There we go. All right. Okay. Are you going to sit down, Duncan? All right. So, Valerie, you are first. So let me get on my list. So first we're going to look at negative beliefs and see if that's playing a role in what you want to work on. Excuse me. And with Valerie, I am seeing that there is something. So let's see what that is. I am shameful. Let's get an age on that. Such a good little helper, Duncan. 26, Valerie. So let's go ahead and release that because that's not helping you at all. Good, Valerie. All right, so that released. Joan wants to feel empowered and grateful. So we're going to see if there's any negative beliefs that are playing a role in not feeling that. And there is. I don't fit in anywhere. Let's get an age on that. Good, Valerie. A good sign that things are shifting. 16, Joan. Let's get rid of that. So that did release. Paula, you are next, and Paula wants to work on graciously handling some unwelcome changes. All right, so let's see. I am unwelcome. Let's get an age on that. That sounds familiar for you, Paula. I wonder if you've had that before. Although this one, age 8, I don't think we had that age. Let's release that. You're welcome, Joan. So that did release, and the voids have been filled. All right, Joanne wants to be positive and confident. I think that's fabulous. So let's see. There is a negative belief that's taken away from that slightly. So let's see what that is. I am helpless. So we'll get an age on that. Marina, I will add you to the list for that. I was going to ask if there was something you wanted to work on. So better relationship with colleagues. Joanne, age 17. Let's release that. All right, so that did release, and the voids have been filled. Jane, we're going to work on the people pleaser part. So let's see what that would be that we can do. I am a mistake. Let's get an age on that. $19. So that did release. Anne Marie wants more confidence. Let's see what we can do about that. I am unimportant. Let's see what age that was at. 16, Anne Marie. Let's get rid of that. That doesn't help. So I did release. All right, Marina, you are next. Marina wants a better relationship with her colleagues. Let's see what comes up with that. I am uninteresting. I definitely don't believe that. But there's the belief there. So let me get an age on that, Marina. Age 11. Let's get rid of that. Accepted, release. And the voids have been filled. Okay, so we've gotten through the list. If anyone else is there and hasn't noted something you want to work on, please do that now. I think I've got just about everybody. So next we're going to go around to the top of the list again and work on Valerie. This time we're going to look at removing negative trapped emotions. Let me get to that spot on my list. Worried is the negative emotion. Let me get an age on that. Hold on here. I got an itch right under my eye. Okay. $18, Valerie. So let's go ahead and release that. So that did release. And the voids have been filled. Joan, you're next. Joan wants to feel empowered and grateful. So let's see if there's any negative trapped emotions related to that. And I'm getting there is. Minimized is the negative word to go with that. Good, Valerie. Okay, so let's get an age for Joan. And that would make sense if you have a period of time where you were minimized, that it's harder to feel empowered. So let me get an age. $19. Let's get rid of that. So that did release. The voids have been filled. All right, Paula, you are next. About graciously accepting unwanted changes. Okay, so Paula, let's see. Undisciplined. $16. Well, let's get rid of that. So sure, Jane, we can work on that. But I also would suggest you just put a post up on Facebook. There's a really nice recommendation template that often comes up, and people will just comment on it. That's one of the better things about Facebook that I like, is getting local people's perspectives. All right, Joanne, you are next. Joanne wants to work on being more positive and confident. Undesirable. Let's get an age on that. It seems like the teenage years are the popular ones this night. 18, Joanne, so let's remove that. Welcome, Angie. I will add you to the list. You will go right after Jane. All right, so Jane wants to connect with a new dentist who is fabulous. So let's just remove any negativity that might deter her from that. Melancholy. Let's see what age that is, Jane. $16, Jane. So I'm going to go ahead and release that and fill the voids. All right, so Angie. So I'm going to work on releasing a negative emotion that contributes to you being triggered by your teenage son. Okay, so let's see what that would be. Mean, Angie. So let's get an age and see when this event happened. And I could see probably a correlation between your son criticizing you and if you had like an experience of someone being mean to you, if it triggers you. Let's see. Around age 12. Kids can be mean. All right, so we're going to go ahead and release and remove that. And then we're going to fill the voids with love, light, and healing. Okay, so that did release, and the voids have been filled. So especially in the next few days, be observant and just see if, I'm hoping you're less sensitive, but there's probably multiple layers of this. So just be aware that you might need to show up next week and we'll work a little bit more on this. All right, so Anne-Marie, you are next. Anne-Marie wants to work on her confidence. Ooh, melancholy again. Not for you, Anne-Marie, but just Jane had melancholy and you've got melancholy. Let's see what age this was at, Anne-Marie. 26. So let's go ahead and release that because that's playing a role in making it harder for you to be confident. So that did release. Okay, Marina, you are next. Marina wants better relationships with colleagues, so let's see what comes up for that. Oh, and I've got to switch pages. Demeaned. Ooh, we're going to get rid of that one, that's for sure. Let's see what age that was, Anne-Marie. Or not Anne-Marie, Marina for this one. Sorry, there's someone on YouTube posting spam. Yeah. Luckily, everybody else is on Facebook, so you guys don't even see it. $16, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, I'm stuck on your name tonight. So 16, demeaned. That's for Marina. So I'm going to release that for you, Marina. And fill the voids with healing, love, and light. And then next we will be doing a healing pulse. Yeah, as I said, kids can be mean. And teenagers can be vicious. So 16, that's a tough age. So let's hope that makes it a little easier to connect. Ooh, good thought, Marina. So let's see. I'm getting a yes for that. Let's see what age for that, because that will help Anne-Marie be more confident too. Ooh, she was 16 also. Interesting. Good intuitive hit there, Marina. All right, so next we're going to do our second healing pulse of the night. So with this, think about where you want to receive the energy. Yes, I can, Marina, but usually they post once and just go away. So, all right. So think about where you want to receive the energy. If it's some more physical, that's pretty easy. If it's somewhere emotional, think about where you feel that emotion within you. And so rub your hands together. Place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. Imagine my hands on yours. And you're just breathing in that energy, breathing in the healing, being open and allowing the energy to go exactly to where it needs to go. So just breathe that in. Imagine with each breath in, the energy goes in a little further, a little deeper, a little closer to exactly where it needs to go. And as you're exhaling, imagine anything that does not belong, that isn't there for your highest good, releases. And so just open and allowing. That's pretty much the most important thing. Okay. That was our second healing pulse of the night. Let me know how everyone did. All right, so the third piece of the night, and as I've told you the last few weeks, is my favorite part. And it's where we look at finding positive emotions and reinforcing them. All right, so let's see. So Valerie is next for that. Let's see what comes up. You're very welcome, Valerie. I do really hope that helps you. So at the end of the night, I'm probably going to ask you if you borrowed anyone's positive emotions and installed them, just because I think that's sort of fun. All right, so let's see what Valerie has. Trusting Valerie. Thanks for that feedback, Joanne. Yes, you and Valerie, I think you two are the biggest yawners. So there are some nights where we end the night and everyone's so quiet, so I think they're sleeping. So tonight might be one of those nights. All right, so Valerie, I have installed trusting. Well, but how about we install trusting when you need to? because I think this is a positive thing. And so there are times when you do need to trust. All right, so Joan, you are next. Let's see what comes up for you. Responsive. That's a nice one. Yes, exactly, Valerie. Discerning healthy trust. All right, so Joan, we're going to reinforce responsive. Paula, you are next. So Paula, this is a new one. I've never gotten this before. Pardoned. It's like, So let's reinforce that. Not sure how to interpret that. If you're pardoned, I get a no for that. If you're going to pardon someone else, that's something. Something about that. So maybe the person at the office that's putting through these changes, you're going to give them a break a little bit, maybe. You'll have to let me know if you figure that one out. Very interesting. Joanne, you are next. Joanne, prepared. I wonder if this has to do with your job. Joanne does taxes this time of year. It's a tax preparer. And I know you were having some technical difficulties, so maybe this means everything gets resolved. That'd be nice. Okay, Jane, you are next. Let's see what comes up for you. Trusting. Huh. Isn't that interesting? So tonight we've gotten a few people that have gotten the same ones. Maybe this has to do with your new dentist, Jane. All right, so that reinforced. Angie, I hope you're still here. I'm picking a positive emotion that we're going to reinforce. Ooh, I think people are going to want to borrow yours, Angie. You got the word passionate. Nice. So I'm going to reinforce that for you. No, but I think you also need to take it as a sign, Jane. I mean, because there are over probably 200 positive emotions on this. And for you to get trusting out of everything, very interesting. Joanne's having a drink. Nice. Toast for me, Joanne. Okay. All right. So that was Angie. So, Angie, I reinforced passionate for you. Anne Marie, you are next. If anyone else comes in, let me know, and I will pull or pick a positive emotion for you. Oh my gosh. I'm trusting again. What's going on with this? So that's 3 people that I got trusting for tonight. Valerie, Jane, and now you, Anne Marie. Although, Anne Marie, I think this is all about you. It's trusting yourself. Sure, Charlotte. I will add you to the list to get a positive emotion. You are right after Marina. And Marina's next, and then we'll do Charlotte. No worries about today, Charlotte. All right, so Marina, let's see. Respected, Anne Marie. There I go again. And so Marina would say, this might be Anne Marie's too. It's like, I like that for you, Marina, especially being that you wanted to work on relationships. So let's reinforce that for you. And we're going to reinforce it for Anne Marie too. Yes, Angie, yours was passionate. A very nice one. So at the end of the night, I ask if you borrowed anybody's positive emotions. And I imagine there might be some people that borrow that one, Angie, just because it's a nice one. All right, so Charlotte, let's see what you're going to get for a positive emotion. Ooh, forceful, but in a good way, Charlotte. So let's reinforce that. Oh, wow, Paula. Thank you for writing that. I always like hearing if I've been able to help you. So thank you. All right. So I've reinforced Charlotte and forceful. So I think that's important sometimes. What time is it? We're going to be done early tonight, I think. So we're going to do a healing pulse, and then we will do brain balancing because I know some of you really enjoy that. Yes, very funny mixed synchronicities for tonight. I agree with that, Anne Marie. So first we'll do our third healing pulse, and then we'll do brain balancing, and then we'll do the aura strengthening too. All right, so with the healing pulse, think about where you want to receive the energy. I know a few of you have come in that are sort of new. For instance, if you have something physical, that's pretty easy. If you have any type of anxiety going on, you want to think about where do you feel that? What part of your body? If you don't really have a place that you want to receive the energy, I suggest sending the energy to your heart. Okay? So rub your hands together and place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. Imagine my hands on yours. And then just breathing in that energy and being open and allowing the energy to flow with each breath in. The healing and the energy goes a little deeper. With each exhalation, you are releasing something that doesn't belong and isn't there for your highest good. Okay. So that was our third healing pulse of the night. Let me know how you did. And next we're going to do the brain balancing. And so last time, let me just check here. Marina's got a question because twice now when I was working on Marina, I said Anne Marie. And, you know, that is something to think about because usually I don't screw up on you guys' names. I mean, maybe I do once, but to do it multiple times, because I think I did that like 3 different times. Although on my page, I've got you right next to each other. But I think tonight there's just some similarities in the things that you're working on, even though what you gave me is different. Maybe the underlying reasons are somewhat similar. Lots of yawning. Love to hear that. All right, so let's do the brain balancing. So the last time we did this was, let me look and see, was a couple weeks ago, and I have changed up my brain balancing a little bit. So if you weren't here a few weeks ago, let me just glance and see. Yeah, there's a few of you who were not here a couple weeks ago. So I've changed it up a little bit. Part of it's exactly the same, but part of it's different. So I'm curious what everybody thinks. If you like, so here's what I want you to think about. If it's more helpful, more, what's the word? If it's just, if you feel the energy more doing it this way, or if it's just sort of the same. So with the new brain balancing, we're going to start by rubbing your hands together. And then you're going to place one hand on the back of your head. So you see right here? And then you're going to put one hand here. And you're going to imagine the energy flowing between your two hands. And just breathe in and out and just imagine that energy going back and forth between your hands, okay? Okay, so that's the first part. So that's the new part. And then the next part is with doing 2 fingers each. You want to put your fingers next to your scalp about an inch above your ears. And then you're going to start gathering the energy in one of your hands. So decide which hand is going to start. And that's where you'll want to think about the energy collecting in that hand. Once you feel that hand get full of energy, then you're going to release the energy and send it to the other hand. So the first couple times goes a little slow. So I'm going to start releasing energy. So like right now it's about a quarter of the way through. It's about half. It's about 3/4. And now it's exiting the other end, and I'm collecting it in my other hand. And then I'm waiting until that hand just is full of energy. And then I'm going to start sending it back. This will go a little bit faster. So right now it's about halfway through. And now it's exiting. I'm going to collect that energy. And I'm going to start sending it through. So with this, the more passes that you make back and forth, the faster it goes. So in the end, it'll be more like a laser pointer that's just really quick and immediate. So what this does, so this balances the left and right brain hemispheres, and it increases the neural pathways between the hemispheres, and it helps with physical, emotional, mental balance. Okay, so we'll do it a couple more times. Okay, so that was brain balancing. So what did you think? Did you like the first part that I've added? So I think they both sort of do similar things, but different. And I think that together they make a more powerful, more comprehensive brain balance. At least that's my thoughts. But let me know what you think and what you experienced. All right, so we are going to end the night with the aura strengthening. And the aura strengthening, the purpose of this is to strengthen your aura. And the fabulous thing about having a stronger aura is it helps repel negativity. And, in this day and age, this is really important because there's some not very nice people out there. Good, Marina. Thank you for that feedback. All right, so with the aura strengthening, you can use the healing pulse energy, or I always encourage you to get used to using your own energies too. So it's entirely up to you what you decide to do. Thank you for that feedback, Joanne. That's really helpful. So I think I'll probably continue doing it this way just because I think it sort of goes together and it makes it even more powerful. All right, so with the aura strengthening, to get started, you rub your hands together. If you're going to use the energy of the healing pulse, now's the time to use this with your intention. If you're just going to use it using your own frequencies, and this is all you need to do is just start it. But know that with this, I'm also putting out a week's worth of healing pulses. So if you decide you want to use your healing pulses during the week, all you need to do is rub your hands together and mentally just say, I need a healing pulse, and pull that energy in, okay? So with me, I usually go like this. So I'm like beaming to the inside of my aura, but I know some people go like this. Or you could just actually do it mentally and just sit here like this. So it all depends on what your personal preference is. So let's send some energy to our auras. And especially if you know that, say, tomorrow you've got a meeting at work or for something else, and there's maybe some not always pleasant people there, add some reflective coding to your aura. So that way, if they're spewing some negativity, that it reflects back on them, and hopefully it'll deter them from being so nasty. Isn't that sad I have to say that? But unfortunately, there's people that just can't hold it in. So just send that energy out. Okay. And that was the aura strengthening. So let me know how you did. Anything you really liked? Anything you didn't like? Did you take anybody's positive emotion and borrow it for them? Not that you took it away from them, but maybe you duplicated their positive emotion. We had a few good ones, but a lot of duplicates tonight. That I think that's like one of the first times ever that we've had duplicate positive emotions. And the group tonight wasn't that big, so that I find that really interesting. Oh, and there's Jane. Good, Jane. Love hearing that. And I think you're one of those that you really use that aura strengthening. So it's good to practice and good to be aware. Nice, Marina. That was a good one that Angie had. So yeah, I think being passionate helps you enjoy life more. So, sometimes even I admit I'm a little too vanilla at times. So if you can amp up being passionate about certain things, I think it's even better. Oh, so Joanne did trusting too. Nice. And passionate. Have a good night, Emery. Thank you. Nice, Jane. I'm really glad you used that because I just think it can be so helpful for you, especially with all the people that you interact with during the day. Wonderful. Well, I think on that note, I'm going to go, but I am so glad that you were here and we had a really good Thursday night. So I hope to see everyone next week and have a fabulous weekend. Bye.